Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. Whether you are new or a returning yogi, I am so glad you have made it to your mat today. And I'm so grateful that you are letting me guide your practice wherever and whenever you are practicing today. So, this class is for my astrology baddies. You can absolutely take this class if astrology is not your thing, just like skip ahead for a couple minutes. Because if you are into astrology and you are watching this when this video comes out, you know that we are in Mercury retrograde. It is a period of time where it appears like Mercury is traveling backwards. It's not actually, it just looks like that. And Mercury governs communication, technology, transportation. So something about this Mercury retrograde, I feel like has been so pronounced. Me and all my friends were having like so many miscommunications, tech meltdowns, transportation going haywire. I mean, the Facebook, Instagram going down last week, like that was wild. People's sleep getting interrupted. There's just something about this particular Mercury retrograde in particular that's just left me feeling a little bit like a hot mess. Mercury is also governed by, since it rules communication and it's governed by the element of air, I thought it would be a good idea to create a class just to help us center and also to connect to the area of the upper chest as well as the throat. The elements of air and space correspond to the heart and the throat chakra. So we'll be touching on some of those poses as well to bring balance to those parts of the body. A creator on YouTube that I really like for astrology, her name is Alina Alive. I'm actually gonna link her this video in the comment section. She made this video recently about Mercury retrograde coinciding with the new moon in Libra that we had last week on the 6th. And she explains it so well. She talks about how Mercury retrograde can be a time to really slow down, take a step back, and to look at where in our lives we have and have not been fully intentional. And Mercury retrograde gives us an opportunity to bring extra intention into our daily routine, right? How we spend time going about our day from obligation to obligation, from place to place, as well as our communication, making sure that we are being really intentional with our communication, our words, what we put out into the universe. Even like recording this video now, I have felt like it's taken me extra energy to make sure that I am being as intentional as possible. So I'm gonna get some benefit out of this class too, out of this practice. It's gonna give us time to reflect on our intentionality, as well as, again, touching on these energy centers of the heart and the throat. You are going to need a block, something to sit on, basically, a block and like a pillow. So once you have those tools and you're ready to go, I will meet you on your mat. Okay, friends, let's get into it. We're going to start seated. So that can be on your block, it can just be whatever will get your hips slightly elevated. And sitting tall here. Just take a couple shoulder rolls. So let's get like really settled into this seated position. A couple shoulder rolls one way, and the other way. Just really noticing how much tension you can release already. Then let the shoulders relax. Imagine someone's taken a string at the crown of your head and is just kind of gently lifting that string up. So the crown of the head stacks over your tailbone. And feel free to close your eyes here. I welcome you too to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And committing to this gesture with the intention of holding yourself. Holding yourself the way you would a loved one. Already bringing some heightened intentionality to the love and the presence that we extend towards ourselves. As we focus on centering in this practice, know that your breath can be such a powerful tool to tap into your center. Let's take an inhale together. So inhale to receive your breath, let it drop all the way down. Open mouth, exhale. Let's do one more, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Inhale through your nose, breath drops all the way down into your center. Exhale out. Feel free to take a couple more cleansing breaths or beginning to breathe in and out through your nose now. Let yourself relax into this steady rhythm of your breathing. It is a home base. It is an anchor that you can continually return to. And staying here, one more breath in. And one more breath out. Blink your eyes to open if they were closed. Let's start to warm up into the neck area. So just sitting up tall still, shoulders stacking over the hips, head stacking over your shoulders, just gently turning the head from right to left. And you're not forcing like any range of motion here, being pretty gentle with yourself. Turning side to side, right and left, just inviting the neck to loosen up here for 3, for 2. Good. And one more each side. Once you come back to center, we'll just take some tilts, dropping right ear, right shoulder, and center, left ear, left shoulder, center. So a couple times like that. Again, you're really not forcing anything here. Just inviting some movement into the neck. And remembering to breathe here. For some reason, I will always hold my breath with neck stretches. Let's do 3. Good, here's 2 more sets. One more set. Nice, and then bring your head back through center, head circles. Drop your chin towards your chest, rolling right ear to right shoulder. Then beginning to look up, keep space in the back of your neck. Dropping left ear, left shoulder, and chin back towards your chest. So a couple circles, moving in one direction. Relaxing your jaw. Good. And then the next time your right ear rolls to your right shoulder, let's keep it there. So the right ear will come to your right shoulder. You have the option to stay. Maybe the right hand rests on the left ear. We're not pulling or anything, just very gentle with this. Option to reach the left hand away, or maybe place the hand behind the back. Relax your jaw, relax your temples. And then slowly release, float the right hand down, head comes back to center. To do that on the other side. Chin to chest, left ear, left shoulder. Then looking up, keep space in the back of the neck. Right ear, right shoulder, and back through center. So a couple times here, kind of working through any snack, crackle pops. Breathing with it. And then the next time your left ear comes to your left shoulder, let's keep it there. You can just stay in that stretch. Maybe the left hand rests on the right ear, very gentle with this. Option to reach the right hand away or place your hand behind your back. Enjoying that stretch here. Taking one more inhale. And exhale, release the left hand down, float the head up. Good. We'll meet in child's pose now. So you can set your block aside. Bring your big toes together to touch. Sink your hips all the way back towards your heels. And rest your forehead down. And the hips are really heavy here. I'll be here for a couple breaths. Allow the belly to relax more. The head relax more. Let this grounding quality of child's pose help you tune into yourself a little more deeply. And I think that's an important part. During Mercury Retrograde, I know I can really feel like my attentions become scattered, my energies become scattered. So really relaxing into this process of pulling your focus within. Staying here, one more inhale. Full exhale. Okay, let's shift to all fours, find tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Let your breath deepen, right? Down dog's it's a big pose. You get this big stretch in the back of the legs. The arms are reaching overhead. Allow the breath to expand out from your center into the periphery of the body. Let's look forward to see your hands. Slowly finding ragdoll. So walk your feet up behind your wrists, bend into your knees. Let the torso just hang here for a moment. So notice if you're kind of shifting your weight back towards the heels, let your weight rock forward a little bit. Imagine your torso is like honey oozing out of a jar. And if the hands are reaching towards the ground but not touching yet, that's okay. Bend your knees until you make that contact. Hands grounding into the floor. Allow your breath to
Soften the edges of tension in the body. And also allow the breath to really smooth over the chatter of the mind, allowing yourself to slow down, to feel even more intentional in this moment. Let's take one more inhale here. And exhale. Bring your big toes together to touch. Part a little bit of space between your heels. Press your hands up to the shins. Let's lift it up to a flat back. Halfway lift, breathing here. Your shoulder blades roll together and down. Really stretch the heart forward. So you're almost tractioning out the torso. As the tailbone pulls back, the heart reaches in opposite direction. Breathing in here. Exhale, forward fold, soften and release. Inhale, let's rise all the way to stand. Push into the feet. Stack your shoulders over your hips, reach your arms up. And let's just breathe here for a moment. Feel the tailbone aim down. Squeeze your hip points together to feel that deeper brace from your abdominal wall. And let your center be energized so you have that support from your core. And that energy radiates out through the shoulders, the pelvis, the arms and legs, hands and the feet. Taking one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, so listen here, interlace your hands, clasp your hands behind your head. So I'll turn and face you for a moment. Hands are gonna be behind your head and elbows come out wide. Now if that's making you arch, aim the tailbone down, tuck your ribs in. Bring your head back against the hands. So you're neutral in the neck. Relax the front of your throat and send space on the sides of your neck. Good. And then keep all of that the same. As you inhale, let the elbows come wide. Begin to lift your heart, lift your gaze. Elbows wide, lifting up, look up, inhale. Exhale, start to round the chin to chest, let the elbows tilt in. So I'm not pulling my hands down on the head. The hands are pretty relaxed here. Just getting that stretch in the back of the neck. And then slowly come back up to that starting position. Head comes back against the hands, elbows wide. Relax the front of your throat. Inhale. Exhale, keep your head where it is. Just float the arms down by your sides. So it's like you have a very fancy Elizabethan collar around your neck. There's space on the sides and at the back of the neck. Inhale, let's sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Press your hands against the legs. Let's inhale, find a flat back, halfway lift. Listen here, exhale, crouch and curl. Place your hands under your shoulders, bend your knees. Hover the hips off your heels, curl your chin towards your chest. Good, hold. So this is giving you some like compression of the throat as the chin draws towards your chest and the forehead comes towards the knees. Hover the hips off the heels, inhale, squeezing the thighs together. And then as you exhale, let's place your hands down under your shoulders. Inhale, high plank pose. Step back to the top of your push-up. Pause here. Good, so notice if you're letting like the head dangle, find your neck in neutral. Reach the crown of the head forward, bring your neck parallel towards the ceiling. Push the floor away from you, squeeze the triceps in. Let's inhale here. Then as you exhale, lower your knees, your chest, your chin, coming all the way down to the floor. Zip your legs together, slide your hands under your elbows. Inhale, baby cobra, peeling up through head, neck, shoulders, and hold here. So we're getting some heart opening action. Roll the shoulder blades together and down your back. Feel your navel drag towards the bottom ribs. Bottom ribs drag forward. Lift your heart up to the front of the chest. Inhale, hug the elbows in. Maybe your hands get a little lighter. Exhale, lower. Place your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Push the mat away and really hug into your center. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take it back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Look forward, see your hands, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, travel to the front of your mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, rise back to stand, reach up. Palms touch, exhale, hands to heart. So we're gonna flow that twice through to link your breath with your movement. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward folds. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, crouch and curl, hips to heels, forehead to knees. Plant the hands down, inhale, high plank, step back to the top of your push-up. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to lower. Inhale, baby cobra, little weight in the hands, squeeze your elbows in. Exhale, press right back to down dog. Inhale, let's look forward, see your hands. Exhale, forward fold, travel to the front of your mat. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise to stand, reach back up. Palms touch, exhale, hands to heart. Second time through, inhale, arms up, extending your breath. Exhale, forward fold, diving down. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, crouch and curl. Place your hands down. Inhale, high plank, look forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, lower. Zip your legs together. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, everybody, let's breathe in here and breathe out. Seal your lips, full inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. And take a moment here, let's bring some awareness back to the neck and throat. Notice where you're looking in your down dog. Sometimes we tend to keep the head lifted and look forward. Find neutrality in the neck, drop the gaze between the ankles or the shins. Then just notice the length you cultivate in the neck in that position. Root into your left heel. Let's inhale, send your right leg high, three-leg dog. Exhale, knee to your nose, shift forward. Good, hold here. So really find that compression of the throat, round your chin towards your chest. Bring your nose to your knee to your nose. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, all the way through to low lunge. Step the right foot in between your hands. Feel free to pick up the right foot and kind of shuffle it forward. Lower your left knee. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Stack your shoulders over your hips, reach your arms up, taking a couple breaths. Scoop your pelvis forward. Feel a little bit more space from your tops of the shoulders to the ears. Let's increase the intentionality of this pose by even being aware of what our fingers are doing. Fingertips are energized. Dial the pinky slightly in. And also bring that intentionality to your gaze. Single point of focus. One more inhale. Exhale, half split. I'm going to use my block here. Begin to shift your hips back as the right heel slides forward. We'll take a couple breaths. So again, really being intentional with how we show up in these postures. If you're feeling kind of stuck or like there's pulling in the low back, like you're tucked under, bend your right knee and arch your tailbone behind you. So that ability to arch the tailbone back is really going to help you get that deeper stretch in the hamstring. Bringing that intentionality to your breath, that every inhale is giving you length. And every exhale brings you deeper into the folds. And staying here, one more inhale. Full exhale. So listen here, let's come through low lunge. And then turn your body to the left. The heels will actually turn out, toes turn in. Begin to bend the knees and roll yourself up to goddess pose. Stack your shoulders over your hips and goal post your arms. And then we'll hold this goddess. So goddess is really great for finding your center because the limbs are extending out from your center and there's symmetry, right? Scoop your pelvis, squeeze your glutes as you anchor down. And then feel that energy from your center, let it radiate out into your limbs, taking up space. And let yourself slow down to take up space intentionally. Let's stay here, one more inhale. And stay your exhale, getting lower. Good, rising all the way up to stand, dive back down over your legs. Lengthen the arms, lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, low lunge, let's crawl back forward. So listen here, inhale, send your right leg high. Good, send your leg up. And then as you exhale, knee to nose, hold. Good, so round knee to nose, chin to chest. Now look in between the wrists. As you inhale, I want you to lower the knee down. And then exhale, elevator the knee straight back up. Whew, really hugging into your center. Let's do that for 3, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You do that for 2, inhale. Exhale, lift. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lift. Good, inhale, send the right leg high. Whew. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a full breath in and out. Okay, team, left side. Inhale, send your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Find that compression of the throat. The chin comes to your chest, forehead to knee, or forehead rounds towards your knee. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to nose all the way through to low lunge. Lower your right knee. Inhale, low crescent. Couple breaths. The opportunity is there to always return back to the intentionality of your breathing. Connecting to the experience of your breath, letting that experience bring you into the moment. Inhale, exhale, half split. So you can take your block. I'm going to take my block. And noticing if you're feeling like a little stuck, a little rounded under here. Arch your tailbone behind you, and the more you bend your left knee, the more will help you get that tip forward of the pelvis. Slowing yourself down to connect to the flow of your breath, that every inhale lengthens you, and every exhale brings you into the folds. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale. Crawl back through low lunge and then turn your body to the right, just like we did before. Heels turn in, toes turn out. Begin to bend your knees. Let's roll up, but this time I want you to place your hands to the inside of your knees. We'll set up for some twists here. Take an inhale to prepare. And then as you exhale, drop the left shoulder down. Come back through center, inhale. Exhale, right shoulder drops down. Press your right inner thigh away. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder. Inhale, center, staying low through center. Exhale, drop right. One more each side, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Back through center, staying low. We'll take a moment to come up through goddess. So just feeling yourself here, connected to your center, taking up space, breath in, breath out, sinking deeper. Slowly rise all the way to stand and just fold back over your legs. Lengthen your elbows, lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, let's crawl back through low lunge. Place your hands down. Inhale, send your left leg high, three-leg dog. So here we go, you know it's coming. Exhale, knee to your nose. This time you hold. Really grab your mat here. Look in between the wrists. You'll inhale, lower the knee down. Exhale, pick the knee back up, elevator. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, lift and wrap into the center. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, back to three-leg dog. Send your left leg high. Woo. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Child's pose. Knees come down. Ground your forehead to the mat. Option to keep reaching the arms overhead or let the arms come back behind you. Maybe the hands hold on to the heels. I know for me during Mercury Retrograde, I just feel like the chatter of the mind gets so amplified. And a pose like child's pose where we surrender the weight of the head onto the floor. Let that represent the surrender of the chatter of the mind. And take your time. Let's slowly roll up to a seated position. We're going to start to slow things down with half frog, prone half frog. So I really like to use a pillow for this. So you can use a pillow, Home Goods, thank you. If you want to sponsor me, you can. Love your pillows. Or you can use, a yoga blanket. Any of that works. But why don't we get set up? So we'll do this for a couple breaths on each side, really allowing ourselves to slow down. From lying down on your stomach, let's do this on the right side first. Rolling onto your left hip, you'll begin to bend the right knee so it comes up the height of your hip. My knee is over my ankle, knees in line with the hip. And once your leg is in that position, you can begin to turn yourself facing the mat. Yeah? The more weight you shift towards the right hip, the more you're going to feel it. But this is meant to be a really gentle stretch. If you want, you can lower yourself down. Or even resting your left cheek on the floor. Staying here for a couple breaths. Really inviting your body, becoming more and more relaxed here. Couple more breaths. Taking one more inhale, full exhale. Slowly bring your forehead back to center, propping the elbows back under the shoulders, staying here for a moment. And then listen here. Let's take your right arm, reach it in front of you. So you're going to push down into the right hand. Start to thread your left arm under the right as you then open the right arm out into a twist. So I'm going to do that again. First time I did that transition, I was a little blown away by it. So I'll do that again. Okay, so you're in half frog. You're right on the right side. Your right hand's gonna come out in front of you. Push into the floor. Take your left hand, thread it under the right. As you begin to reach your right arm, open to the right. And now you're in a twist. Good. What's really important about the twist is that the right shoulder blade drops back to connect into the floor. The center of the right shoulder head roots down. Feel free to gaze to the right. Slowly come back through center. We'll take a brief supine figure 4. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh. Press the shoulder blades down, arch your tailbone down. Making sure to flex the right foot. That's going to help you protect your knee. Let's breathe in. Exhale, unwind your legs. And then we'll turn back over to do that on the other side. So we have the left side now. Let's just meet on our stomachs. So I'm gonna move the prop around. Left side, around hip height. You'll start to bend the left knee up in line with the hip so the knee and thigh can rest on the pillow. And the more you can kind of let your weight be evenly distributed between the pelvises, you'll get that nice opening through the left inner hip. You just don't want yourself like leaning onto the right hip. Yeah. Making sure that the ankle is under the knee is in line with your hip. And as you're ready, you can begin to walk yourself out, resting the head on the hands. You can even gaze to the left here. Couple more breaths. Taking one more inhale. Full exhale. Slowly coming back. Bringing your forehead back to center. And then propping yourself up onto the elbows. Let's do that funky little transition. Left arm comes out in front of you, so push into your left hand as you start to thread your right arm under the left shoulder and keep opening the left arm to the side until you're in your twist. So what's important, you might need to back off the twist a little bit. You want your left shoulder blade and shoulder head sinking and connected into the floor. Feel free to close your eyes here. Gaze turning to the left. And come back through center. Figure 4 stretch. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And interlace your hands behind the thigh. Press the shoulder blades down. Arch your tailbone down. And flexing your left foot will help protect the ankle. Breathing in here. Exhale, happy baby. So separate the knees to the outsides of your ribs. Option to hold behind the thighs here. Or you can reach in between your knees, hold on to the outsides of the calves, your ankles or feet. Root the thigh bones down as you arch the glutes down. Stamping the soles of the feet towards the sky. Feel free to rock here a little bit side to side. And listen here, we'll inhale. And then as you exhale, I want you to hug your knees to your chest. But we're gonna do something a little funky. I want you to imagine that you could make you're gonna make like a couple chins, extra chins. So start to draw the chin down towards the chest and feel the back of the skull root towards the mat. And then at the same time, arch the tailbone down. Chin draws down, back of the skull is heavy, tailbone roots down, good. Inhale. And then exhale, send your legs out long, and we'll close with fish pose. For fish pose, you'll place your palms down, face down the mat. Start to rock your hips a little bit here, side to side, and then walk your hands underneath the hips. Yeah, you gotta like rock a little bit. Get your hands underneath you. Flex your feet, spread your fingers wide. You're gonna push into the hands. As you start to bend your elbows, push into the elbows of forearms to lift your heart, let the head drop back. So we're getting this heart opening here, as well as this opening of the throat. Feel free to close your eyes. Exposing the heart, exposing the throat. We'll take a cleansing breath in here. Inhale, filling all the way up. And then as you exhale, sigh out, all the way out into Shavasana. So carefully lower yourself back down. And then let the arms come down by your sides. Walk the shoulder blades underneath you. Toes flop out to the sides, palms face up. Feel free to close your eyes. Very intentionally setting all of your work aside so we can practice being still. Begin to deepen your breath. You wiggle your fingers, your toes, your ankles and wrists. Maybe that movement gets even bigger, taking a full stretch as you inhale. Exhale, rolling through one side. Just let yourself pause for a moment here in a supported fetal position, representing rebirth from the depth of our practice. Taking this moment to very intentionally connect to what you want to bring with you off of your mat. And with intentionality, also consider what you are surrendering, what you are leaving behind in the space of your practice. As you're ready, make your way into a comfortable seated position. Feel free to keep your eyes still closed. Unite your hands at your heart in prayer position. Just really relishing this moment of deep presence, feeling centered, and bringing that feeling with you into the rest of your day. Cleansing breath together, full inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Lift your thumbs to rise, connecting between your brows, third eye center, the seat of your inner light, your inner wisdom. We close our practice bowing in gratitude. Thank you for showing up, investing this time in yourself, and thank you so much for letting me guide your practice. Have a great rest of your day, yogi. Thank you so much. I hope you are feeling like you've been able to slow down a little bit, that you're feeling more centered. If you have a friend who needs some free yoga in their life, please let them know about this channel. Lovingly hit that like, subscribe button, and notification bell so you are the first to know when new classes come out. Let me know how class went in the comments. You know I always love hearing from you. And I will see you in the next class.